Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and like to purchase at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore Chronograph in yellow gold with a blue Arabic dial. I'm going to reference number 26470BA.OO.1000BA.01. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar offshores, then tell you about the case bezel dial bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with the history. The Royal Oak came out in 1972, which was the main watch that AP sells. It's their bestseller, their most iconic, and I would say even the most iconic sports watch ever created. Why? Because it's what started it all. It's the OG. Without the Royal Oak, there probably would not be the Nautilus and many other sports watches, because, well, it started the luxury sports watch craze. Yes, 50 years ago in 1972. And of course, in 1972, it didn't catch on right away, but eventually it did. And here we are. And this is the evolution of it. Now, AP, of course, didn't want to just stick to their laurels and wanted to create something even better. So in 1993, they came out with an Offshore, which is the Royal Oak, in my opinion, on steroids. They took it, they made it bigger, bulkier, and just more bold and with more variations. Sort of the, like I said, Royal Oak on steroids, which is not a bad thing because it's a beautiful watch as you see here. So that came out in 1993, and that's actually, what is it now, 2024? So that makes it 30 years ago. It was quite some time ago that it came out. Okay, now, so that's where we are. The Offshore came out about 30 years ago, and of course they had many different variations. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is where does this watch stand in the lineup of other similar offshores? Well, this reference number 26470 is for all the 42 millimeter offshores with this 3126 movement, and they came in approximately I think around 2000, early 2000, something like 2011 or 12, something like that. And they were produced all the way until, I want to say, approximately 2022. So about 10-year run. And how do you know which ones have this or are of this reference number? Well, first, they're all 42 millimeter. And second, they have these pushers that are in ceramic. The older ones didn't have that. They were all in rubber pushers. So they have ceramic pushers, which is a good thing because the ceramic doesn't wear out. Okay, and they look modern like this, what you see here. Okay, now, of course, they made tons of variations of this watch. They made really, like, I can't even count. They made so many, like a special edition for like every single thing. And actually, AP's kind of calmed down on those variations. They did, you know, that period of time from 2000 to 2000, or let's say 2010 to 2020 was like the age of special editions. They made just so many variations, and they still have lots of variations like in rose gold, yellow gold, white gold, um, with different dial colors, different bezel combinations, bracelet, etc., etc. There's just a ton of them. Okay, that's where this watch, and what you're looking at is yellow gold. Now, I have to say, yellow gold is one of AP's least used metals. What metals do they use? They use steel, titanium, rose gold. When they use gold, they do rose gold. Why? I don't really know. And they don't really do yellow gold, which is what you see here. So this one actually is super rare, and as a result, it's a lot more expensive than its rose gold counterpart. Okay, so that's where this watch stands in the lineup. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the this 26470 was replaced in approximately 2022 with a new reference number. It's a 26238. Is a just the same thing, but just a little bit revised, you could say, revised and more modernized. But you cannot actually, they did not release a yellow gold version of this yet. So right now there's only a rose gold version of it. So if you want a modern offshore in yellow gold, this is the only one. Well, actually they had another one. They had a for the older reference, but it was a white dial and some other stuff, but it wasn't that great. And it was an older reference. But if you want in this new reference, this is it, the yellow gold. And they made this in 2017, 17 or 18, something like that. Okay, only for like a year. So there's not a lot of these out, and as a result, the yellow golds really are much more expensive than the rose gold because there's a ton of rose golds out there, and yeah. Okay, so that's where this watch stands in the lineup. Now let's move on to the case here. The case is 42 millimeters, my thumb to my index finger. That's the longest distance across the bezel, and if you turn it on its side, it's quite a thick watch actually. It has a profile of around 15 millimeters. 15, it's kind of thick, but the Offshore is a thick watch. It's not meant to be this dinky little thing that you wear with your suit. No, the Offshore is a big, bold watch. That's the whole purpose of it. And I think they achieved that by, this watch really stands out. If you want a tiny, thin watch, go buy a Patek. If you want a big, bold, strong watch, well, here it is. Click on the link below to buy this watch. Okay, that's the case, and it's made of yellow gold, as I just said, and yellow gold is quite rare. Let's look at the bezel. The bezel is your I was gonna say standard, but standard is not the right word. Your typical maybe Audemars bezel. They're known for this octagonal bezel, so it's I would say it's their most iconic part of their watch because it's easily recognizable. All right, now let's move on to the dial. There is no other option for yellow gold. If you want to buy this watch or buy an Offshore in yellow gold, you have blue. That's it, which is not a bad color because yellow and this blue, it really pops. I mean, the watch looks amazing. I think you're probably looking at this at home, and you probably have to agree with that. The combination yellow-blue looks great. Okay, and what they did here, like they do with most of the Offshores, not all, but they used a mega tapisserie dial, which just means it has big waffles on the dial. Now, they made a similar version now that replaced this in rose gold, and I believe they use a smaller waffle design. So, anyways, it's just a choice thing, but it's there. Okay, let's look at the bracelet. The bracelet, of course, is a thick bracelet. It's actually beautifully done, as you can see, but it differs from the Royal Oak bracelet in that it's thicker. It's has a more curvature to it, but yeah, it's still done very nicely. And so there you have it, and it has this butterfly clasp, and yeah. Okay, let's move on to the movement. Now the movement is, you can see it is very beautifully done with this gold oscillating rotor. And I think this is a 3126 movement, if I'm not mistaken. And it's AP's been using it for quite some time. They used it for like, I don't know, 10 plus years. So it's tried and tested, does very well. And what can I say? I mean, it's a beautiful Audemars Piguet movement. Okay, look, let's try this watch on and give you my thoughts. I'm 200 pounds, 6 foot tall, and I have a 7.5 inch wrist. And as you can see, the watch fits very nicely on my wrist. And when I look at the side profile, it doesn't look too thick. It looks thick, but not too thick. And it's meant to look thick because, as I said, it's like a Royal Oak on steroids. Now, the special part about this watch is that it's yellow gold. Now, you might wonder, why would I want a yellow gold versus rose gold? Well, rose gold pops, but yellow gold really pops. Like, you can see it, and they don't make a lot of it. So if let's say, having an AP already is next level, but having a AP in a very rare material, such as what you see here in yellow gold, it's like, top, and if you like yellow gold and you really want to wear a watch that pops, wow, this would definitely be on your list. So for me, I really like it. I'm a huge fan of AP in general. I really love the brand. I think the top brands are AP, Patek, RM, Richard Mille, and of course Rolex. Can't forget Rolex. But anyways, I like the watch, and it's just fantastic. So if you want to buy it, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.